Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Tonight I had the idea to take a personality quiz. So I actually have not taken one of these in over a year. So anyway, the site that I will be using is called 16 Personalities. Quiz type is on a scale from agree to disagree, and there are 7 bubbles. So the one in the middle obviously is moderate. You don't know if you really agree or disagree. You're kind of in the middle. Strongly agree, somewhat agree. Same for the other side except disagree. So let's go, shall we? Okay, you regularly make new friends. That's really hard because I feel like I meet a lot of people and I'm very social. But yeah, I'd say that I'm like, I don't know, it's really hard because for me, making new friends, most people in my life are acquaintances. There's not, like, I don't have many friends, but I can get along with pretty much anybody. Hi, Oliver. So I guess I'm gonna say like, ow. I'm gonna say somewhat agree, just because I don't make a whole lot of friends, but I do talk to a lot of people. Complex and novel ideas excite you more than simple and straightforward ones. Yeah, I don't like small talk. I don't like chit chat. I want to get into the nitty gritty. That's me. You usually feel more persuaded by what resonates emotionally with you than by factual arguments. I was gonna say emotionally, what resonates emotionally with me, but factual arguments are really hard to disagree with. So I think I'm gonna say, I would have to do disagree. Wait, you usually feel more persuaded by what resonates emotionally with you than by, okay, so yeah, disagree. Your living and working spaces are clean and organized. I try to make them as clean and organized as I can, but let's be for real, that's not true. I know where everything is, but if you went in my room, you wouldn't know where everything is. So, somewhat disagree. You usually stay calm even under a lot of pressure. Normally, yeah, but I have a little bit of a temper, so. You find the idea of networking or promoting yourself to strangers very daunting. Well, because of something that I decided to do with my free time, YouTube, I kind of have to promote myself. So I don't think it's daunting at all. I don't know. So I'm gonna go disagree all the way. You prioritize and plan tasks effectively, often completing them well before the deadline. Unfortunately, no. My whole life I've kind of been that way where I'm like, oh, I have a deadline, quick, and it sucks. It's not great, but I work really well under pressure, so I guess it works for me. I don't know. But no, I disagree. Even my Let's Chat series, I tend to film the day of, edit the day of, and upload the night of. So, yeah. People's stories and emotions speak louder to you than numbers or data. Agree. You like to use organizing tools like schedules and lists. Strongly agree. They help me stay on task so much because I get distracted so easily. Even a small mistake can cause you to doubt your overall abilities and knowledge. Unfortunately, yeah, I'm gonna go somewhat agree. Well, no, I'm gonna go agree because I know how great I am and I know that I can accomplish anything if I really, really try. But sometimes I sit there and I'm like, really? But I always get back up and try again, so that's good. You feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking up a conversation. Yeah, but unfortunately, I've had a lot of people be rude to me, so I'm gonna go just agree. But I've had a lot of people be rude to me when I'm like, oh, I love your shoes, or oh my gosh, your hair is so cool, or something. Complimenting them, being nice to them, and people like act so rude, like they're so special. I'm like, I wish I could take back my compliment, okay? Jeez. You are not too interested in discussions about various interpretations of creative works. I like the creative works themselves. I don't love... Well, no, I like hearing other people's perspectives, so I guess that's false. I'm gonna go... Oh, wait, you are not too interested in discuss... somewhat disagree? Yeah. Okay, next section. We've gotten through 2 sections so far. You prioritize facts over people's feelings when determining a course of action. No. I don't. Well, I don't think I do because like I care about how people feel and I care about like I always sit here and contemplate what people are going to feel when I do something before doing it. Because unless you're a terrible person, then I don't care and I will just do whatever I feel like doing. But I'm going to go disagree because I'm not going to say strongly disagree or strongly agree. It's definitely not those two. Okay, you often allow the day to unfold without any schedule at all. No, I'm gonna go somewhat disagree because I like some things to be left up to chance and some things to be left up to what am I gonna do today? But a lot of things I need to have a list or some sort of routine or some sort of idea because I like having a somewhat plan. Like I like, oh, we have dinner reservations today and we're gonna go here at this time. And then I'll be like, okay, cool. Then I know what time in the middle I can have for me so I don't go crazy. You rarely worry about whether you make a good impression on people you meet. Strongly disagree. I care so much about the impressions I leave on people. Whether I met them for 5 seconds and I'll never see them again, or I meet them and I'm gonna work with them every day or see them every day. So, no, I care. You enjoy participating in team-based activities. It depends. Again, it really does depend on who my team is because I remember at work in my first job, loved everybody that I worked with for the most part. Obviously, there's a few people that I didn't like, and that's normal. You're not gonna like everybody. And but then my second job, I didn't like anybody. Literally, I went there for the money, obviously, and to gain a little more experience. That was it. Like, I just did not like my team at all, and no one really cared to try and click with me either. So, yeah. And even in school projects, hated working with people because everybody in school sucked. Like, no one cared. I was sitting there like, I really care about my grade. I need this to do good. A, B, I care about how it looks because I'm very much like I like making things look pretty. I don't like just leaving it as a whiteboard with information. No, you're gonna see pictures and colors and transitions, all sorts of stuff. Anyway, back to the topic. You enjoy participating in team-based activities. Oh, I already read that. Okay, I'm gonna go somewhat agree because I do enjoy working with a team and collaborating with people. I think I just work really good on my own. So maybe I'll go agree instead of somewhat. I prioritize being sensitive over being completely honest. It's gotten less and less over the years. I used to care so much about being sensitive to people, about like whatever it was I was saying to them. Now I'm just I think I'm a lot more honest than I've ever been in my life. So I'm gonna go disagree. I do prioritize people's feelings when I approach them, but I don't. Oh, it's 11:11. That's cool. Anyway, but I don't like care as much as I used to. When I was younger, I used to like prioritize it to a T, and now I'm just like, oh, like it still matters, but my honesty should matter more. Because at the end of the day, if you think about it, you're hurting more people by lying than you are by telling the truth. I would rather tell someone like, hey, I'm not interested in you anymore. And now my timer just hit 111 too. Anyway, but I would rather be like, hey, I'm not interested in you anymore than keep it going for months and months and months with them thinking that I like them. And that would just hurt me. I know it would hurt me more too if I was the opposite in that situation and someone was lying to me about liking me. Just tell me. Just tell me. Hit me straight. I don't care. Okay, anyway, you actively seek out new experiences and knowledge areas to explore. Agree. I'm not gonna go all the way, but yeah, I like learning new things. I enjoy learning new things. So I'm gonna say agree, but I also know what I like and I know what I like to do. So yeah. You're prone to worrying that things will take a turn for the worse. I think I'm very much an optimist, but I do get extreme anxiety that things will not turn out the way that I hope they will, especially in certain parts of like some weeks I'm like, everything sucks and I'm gonna fail with everything. And then other weeks I'm like, dude, I'm the fattest bitch alive. Anyway, you enjoy solitary hobbies or activities more than group ones. Depends on what the activity is, genuinely. I love board games. I love video games with people. but I also enjoy my solitary hobbies. So I guess I'm gonna say somewhat agree, because I enjoy collaborating with people, but like I do like my hobbies to be me. Okay, you cannot imagine yourself writing fictional stories for a living. Disagree. Somewhat disagree. I could. I think after a little while I'd be a little bit bored that I'd be sitting here typewriting or writing on a computer all the time, but that sounds honestly really fun. I don't know. You favor efficiency in decisions, even if it means disregarding some emotional aspects. Yeah, I'm gonna go strongly agree on that one, because I would rather have an efficient decision than and disregard someone's emotions for something that's gonna be better in the long run than caring about someone's emotions but doing something. Yeah, okay, anyway. Actually, I'm gonna go somewhat agree, because I guess it depends on what it is. But I would never make a decision that would affect somebody so much that it would cause so much emotional damage, so no. You prefer to do your chores before allowing yourself to relax. Agree, but once again, I do get distracted and I do get burnout really fast after doing things. So, well, not every day, but like some days I sit there and I'm like, oh, the couch is nice. The couch is nice. Anyway, in disagreements, you prioritize proving your point over preserving the feelings of others. No, I want to hear your opinion. I don't want to sit here. If we're arguing, it's for a reason. We have a disagreement. So I want to hear your side. I want you to hear my side. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I'll admit it. I don't have any shame in admitting that I'm wrong anymore. I used to hate it, but now I'm just like, I have no shame in admitting I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, then that's okay. I'm not gonna be right all the time, and neither are you. So calm down, okay? Anyway, so, but it's talking about feelings. It's not talking about hearing them out. So in disagreements, you prioritize proving your point over preserving the feelings of others. I'm gonna go agree. Yeah. You usually wait for others to introduce themselves first at social gatherings. Do I? Okay, if I'm going there alone, then no, I introduce myself almost immediately as soon as I get there to whoever I see. But if I, like with my ex-boyfriend, whenever I would go to his family house, hello? Why can't I speak right now? Whenever I had gone to his family's house, after we had gotten comfortable with each other, I would introduce myself, or just like go up to people and it would be fine. When I first got there, I wanted him to introduce me. I feel like that's just respect. If I'm bringing you, I want to introduce you. Like, you're my guest, and therefore you're going to be their guest, so I should be the one introducing you. I feel like it's a respect thing and a common sense thing, but unfortunately it's not for everybody. So I'm going to go disagree. I want either the person that brought me to introduce me, or I will introduce myself. That's it. Your mood can change very quickly. Agree. Strongly agree, unfortunately. You are not easily swayed by emotional arguments. Disagree. When facts and feelings conflict, you usually find yourself following your heart. Unfortunately, yeah. I'm trying to get better at following my head a little bit more, and thinking things through, because I do tend to, because I follow my heart, a lot of my decisions are emotional, and I get one weird feeling and I'm like, no, I'm sorry, I scared my cat. You like to have a to-do list for each day. Like I said, I like a general routine, like an outline, but I don't want everything to be filled in with this time, this time, this time, this. I've been sat next to all sorts of people in school. I remember I got sat next to this, I guess he would be considered an e-boy, but you literally couldn't see his face ever. His hair covered his eyes up here, and then he wore a mask because it was during COVID. And I got great conversation out of him, and the teacher was like, he hasn't said a word to anybody. And I'm like, oh, well, hey. And I remember I had a table group where everyone was so shy, and I got them all to collaborate by the end of the trimester. Everybody was totally good. These two were friends. Me and her were friends. Like, it ended up being great. So Yeah. I like connecting people. I think that that's one of my, I always say that that's like one of my life purposes is to make people laugh and to connect people and bring out the best in them. I think that that's really powerful and really great. And it's honestly a very admirable trait in myself that I just truly love so much. You prefer tasks that require you to come up with creative solutions rather than follow concrete steps. Strongly agree. I want to make the ending. I don't want someone to tell me how to do it. You are more likely to rely on emotional intuition than logical reasoning when making a choice. Unfortunately, yeah. I'm gonna go agree. Because, like I said, it's like a lot better. You struggle with deadlines. Agree. Obviously, with school, that's my life. So no. In high school and stuff, yes. But also I was always like an A B student. So I always did good anyway. Even on my exams and stuff, I got great scores. But I don't know what it is about deadlines. I really don't know. You feel confident that things will work out for you. Yeah, I do, because I think that it's making me put in my email. Of course. Anyway, I think I have a strong belief that things will work out for me. I don't want to sit here, it's a little bit different. Anyway, but I have a strong belief that things will work out for me, and if they don't work out the way that I plan them to, then I hope that they at least bring me down another path that's just as fulfilling as what I dream of, and I hope that it's not a path that I regret being on. So yeah, I don't know. I do believe though that everything will work out for me eventually. Okay, so let's read what I got. I have an ENFP. So I told you guys that I had ENTP last time. So it changed from thinker to feeler. Interesting. Okay, so the type is called campaigner. Let's see. As an ENFP, you are a vibrant force of enthusiasm, creativity, and idealism. Your mind is a constant whirlwind of ideas and possibilities, each more exciting than the last. You approach life with an infectious energy that draws others to you. Your charisma and genuine interest in people making you a natural connector and inspirational force. Your curiosity knows no bounds, and you have an insatiable appetite for new experiences and perspectives. This openness, combined with your vivid imagination, allows you to see potential and opportunity where others might not. You're not just a dreamer, though. You're a dreamer with a mission, driven by a deep-seated desire to make the world a better place. Aw, wait, this is so cute. Oh, I love this. Okay, so for the extroverted introverted scale, I am on the 60% extroverted. I don't know really what that means because so it's closer to extroverted. Oh, I'm dumb. It was on the wrong, okay. So 60% extroverted, so 40% introverted. So I'm just 10% more extroverted than introverted. Interesting. That's called an ambivert if you're like in the middle range. Intuitive versus observant. I have 81% intuitive. Okay. I have 59% feeling. Oh, so I'm still like right on the cusp for that one as well. Thinking versus feeling. I'm like pretty much like right in the middle, just more on the feeling side by 9%. Judging versus prospecting. I'm 53% prospecting. Not entirely sure what that means, but we shall see. Turbulent versus assertive. I'm 57% turbulent. I don't really know what that means, but okay. Oh, it explains it on the side when I move my little mouse. Okay. You likely get energized by social interaction and tend to openly express your enthusiasm and excitement. You're likely very imaginative and open-minded, focusing on hidden meanings and distant possibilities. You likely value emotional expression and sensitivity, prioritizing empathy, social harmony, and cooperation. You're likely very adaptable, easygoing, and flexible, prioritizing spontaneity over stability. True. You're likely self-conscious, sensitive to stress, success-driven, and perfectionistic, and eager to improve. 100%. I constantly look at myself and want to improve. I hope that you guys enjoyed tonight's video. I know that I did, and I really liked learning a little bit more about myself, or at least putting it in a bubble, because I feel like I already knew these things, but it was really cool to understand myself on another level, especially from a evaluated level. And yeah, anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed, like I said, and if you would like to learn your personality type as well, here is the website that I used. Not sponsored, by the way, I don't know if I said that, but I've used it quite a few times and it seems to be very accurate, so I do recommend it. There are 10 sections, and I believe that there's 10 questions on each page, so, you know, it can go fast, a lot faster than mine probably did because I rambled. Anyway, but I love you guys so much, and I hope you guys have a great night, great evening, great morning, whatever. And let me know your results in the comments. I'm actually really curious, like, where you guys fall. Anyway, bye.